Hey, the Melon Man here, and I'm up here in Canada. This is my home. This is my private training studio. This is the home of our first Canadian chronic health and wellness retreat. Watch for us again next year. Elitom El-Amin and I planning bigger things, brainstorming about the new year.
Absolutely.
Coming up with some new ideas, and we're excited about what's going to be happening up here in Toronto, up here in Canada next year. Watch for it. Watch
Absolutely.
for it.
Because it's all about helping people, to spread this knowledge to help people. Everybody's dealing with health, everybody's dealing with stress, and to learn these tools is important for you to have a good, healthy life and start dealing with things that you didn't know how to handle it. And we're here. We're here for the people.
Because our message is, I mean, yeah, we talk about food freedom, we talk about not eating, yes, we talk about fasting, but our true root message is that you can change or heal anything in your life.
Absolutely. And now listen at this now. When we're teaching food freedom and people hear that, they just want to think about not eating at all. And I'm trying to tell them this is a holistic health message. Now look at that word holistic. Whole, everything together, everything complete, because we are whole beings. Now listen at this. We're going to talk today about things having structure, bringing it from unstructured into something that has structure. Sort of like, let's take the military and prison. They're both the same. Now why should I say that? Because there's a structure that's taking place. There's a time when the meals come. There's a time when a person knows what they got to do.
Gotta get up at a certain time, gotta make the bed.
Right. So there's people that can thrive in those type of atmospheres because it's structured. But when they get out of it into so-called civilization or society, they can't make it. That's what we say they are institutionalized. They can't make it on the outside because they were used to a certain type of structure.
So it was doing it for them. They didn't have the discipline, the self-discipline.
Right.
Right? We need to cultivate our own self-discipline.
That's what's happening. Now, even though we're in this infrastructure that's great in this civilization, a lot of people don't have the inward discipline on how to live within it, so your inner structure is thrown off. Humanity did good on creating a structure in society, paved streets, the stoplights, the signs, we got that.
Rules and regulations, boundaries to live within.
But the inward structure is what we haven't been focused on.
People can't manage it, and they're all over the world,
and
bouncing
food
around.
is everywhere, and that's one of the main culprits.
They're responding to
everybody.
things with food, with drugs, with sex, with
alcohol,
shopping.
all of this stuff. So now we got this thing called preventable diseases, high blood pressure, liver ailments, strokes, cancer, diabetes. But then we got depression, anxiety,
Divorce,
suicide rates is up.
unhappiness.
So therefore, this is like the worst civilization that's ever been on this planet. Now, can
With
I
the
say
most
that?
opportunity,
With
though.
the most opportunity, because the inner structure is not there.
If you learn the rules, if you learn a systematic way of interacting with your life, you start to understand the laws of the universe.
This
if you
is what
start
we're
to
talking
understand,
about.
we're talking about things that are fixed.
Right. And
If
these
you
rules
step
ain't
out of a
changing.
plane in Africa, you fall to the ground. If you step out of the plane in Canada, or
Right.
if you step out of the plane in Australia, you fall to the ground.
And this is what we're talking about on cosmic laws, or when we say man is separate from nature. Now, we are separate from nature just from thought or ignorance. That's what we got to understand. We're connected, but the breatharian knowledge gets you the knowledge of working energetically to get you back connected. So we're not trying to take you from the structure of society. We ain't got to do that. The law of the cosmic laws is here. All you have to do is become conscious
Come
to
into
it.
alignment with them, learn them, realize them, start using them in your life, use them to your benefit, get into alignment with them.
Because here I am sitting here right now. Did I eat breakfast this morning?
No.
I've been here for 6 days now?
No, I known him for 6 days. He hasn't touched a thing, eaten or drank anything. I know this man hasn't eaten or drank anything in 2 years. That's a very special situation here. Now, we're not only saying that you need to stop eating.
We're not
That's
saying that.
That's not what our message is. This is an example of what is possible, which shows you that anything is possible.
Now the process was, first of all, I had to realize that I didn't have no structure inwards. This is what we call the internal work, the inner work. This is the process now. I had to admit that I did not have no structure inside. I didn't know how to love. I didn't know what true emotions was.
None of us do.
There we go.
None of us do. We were told to eat the meat. We were told to take the vitamins, to drink the water. We were told to get out of the sun. We were told we need these amino acids. We need these essential fats. We're told that our urine is dirty and stay away from it. It's disgusting. We're told the earth is a globe. All the things we've been told, lots of things we've been told. Eat the grains, eat the starch, eat the dairy, drink the milk, you need the calcium.
Right.
Lots of things we've been told. A lot of things that we've been taught were really just taught to us in order to benefit somebody else financially.
Exactly.
Let's face it, this is a world of consumerism. If it doesn't sell, it doesn't get promoted, it doesn't grow.
Exactly.
So your unhealthiness is profitable to someone.
Right.
So you've learned some things and some paradigms that have pulled you off the track. Some of your structure, some of the stuff that you've accepted as truth is actually the result, the cause for why you're getting sick. This is a cause and effect universe. Nothing just happens to you. You're not getting sick by random.
Right. Not by
We
random.
are the creators of our reality. That is the law.
Exactly. And this is a good age we're in. I call it the golden age. Why? Because we're talking like this now. We can. And there's many more people talking like this, waking up. You understand? Some quicker than others to challenge these concepts and these ideas.
And the resources are there with the World Wide Web.
Absolutely.
With the opportunity to gather information across the world
And
now.
we're traveling more. People are meeting up more. And right now the information is here. Both the good and the bad. That's why they call it tree of good and evil. You understand? They're both side by side. But you got to start using common sense now, putting these things to the test. And if it's not getting you healthier, not making you feel better, that's how you know it does not weigh on the balance. You understand?
You're not interacting correctly with your world.
Universal laws is in all of us, and you will feel it through how you feel, how your life is going, the stagnations. We're working with
If you've
this.
got disease, if you've got unhappiness, if you've got anxiety, if you've got sleep issues, if you've got depression, if you're splitting up in your relationship, if you can't pay your bills,
Right.
if you don't know where you're going,
all this stuff goes into the holistic breatharian message. Bottom line, because those things pull energy from you, just from putting stress on your mind and your body. When you start cutting down, learning how to balance out these things, that's when you start becoming nourished. See, now I'm not trying to tell you to live your lifestyle like mine, because all my belongings is in the backpack. But
that's his choice.
that's my choice.
We all have a choice.
But by doing that, it brought more energy to me, and it made me more connected to the universe. So not only the food went away, also for me the materialism went away. Now it's not saying hate materialism or hate food. I just put it in this place. It is not greater than the thing that's in me.
It's not controlling him.
It's not
That's
controlling.
true choice.
Absolutely.
Okay, when you have to eat 3 or 4 or 5 meals a day, that's not a choice. You need to eat them.
Right.
He's free to choose if he wishes to or not.
Broke the
That's
mental chains.
freedom.
Now listen, I like that statement you said from Hotima.
Hilton Hotima.
Now what did he say about the body was never alive?
Yeah, this is it. You know, people say they need to get their vitamins and minerals or they'll die.
Right.
Hotima says, you never lived.
You never lived.
You never lived.
Now that makes sense. See, let's take that word. Basically, these bodies we live in is still physical matter. We are animating them through our consciousness.
It's the spirit that gives rise to the body.
That's what's
It's
happening.
not the body that's alive. When you die, the spirit's gone. There's no more life
But
in
this
the body.
carcass is laying there
This solid
because you're
body is
animating it. See, that's where the word animal come from. Some humans say, I'm not an animal. You are an animated being, just like the dog, just like the rat. So that's why when you say, I'm so glad that God woke me up today, he woke a rat up today.
all the same.
Whoopie-doo.
All the same. There's spirit within all of us. You know what's
That's
different?
animating things.
You know what's different about the spirit of the human, why the human is special from the animal, is that the human has choice. We have this larger prefrontal cortex, which allows us to process and think and make a choice. Different than the animals who are just like living on just reaction,
other words,
and just reacting to their environment.
We can recognize universal laws that seem invisible. This is what breatharian knowledge is telling you. But the modern day science and technology is telling you that there's radio waves going through the atmosphere, X-rays, cosmic rays, all affecting you. So we're waking up to this now. You don't see them with the eye, but it's affecting you. Making hormones go off, all of this stuff. So this is what we're talking about again. Oh my gosh, this is good.
Detoxify the body, okay? Detoxify the body.
Right.
Detoxify emotionally. Detoxify psychologically. So that we can step into the part of us that gives rise to life.
Right.
The spirit, the consciousness. That is where the true source is. That is the love.
So once I recognized that I'm the one that animated my body,
the love within you,
I started coming back into my body through detoxification on all those
cleanse the body out.
Start coming back home.
Through fruits.
Right.
Through high energy foods, raw foods.
So when
emptiness.
you got those aches and pains, that's you getting kicked out of your body. The animation is about to leave.
You're separating yourself from your body by all of those habits, coffee, alcohol, looking for your joy in your relationship. Then
Can't
your relationship ain't working out. This person not satisfying you. No one on this planet's here to satisfy you. You are here to satisfy you.
Absolutely. This is where it's at, because you're the one giving things power. And even the external materialism, that don't control you, or it shouldn't. This is where it's at. You even give that life, or it has no value. Money is man-made.
You're giving power to everything in your life. You are the power. The power is the love, or the spirit that animates your body. You need to get into alignment with the power, with the love that's inside of your body. And you need to come into alignment and share that and express that out into your life. Then you'll be able to heal, change, create anything that you like in your life.
Exactly. Now let's make it down to earth even more. There's a thing dealing with spiritual practices. Now listen at that word. Now let's take off the word spiritual so it won't sound religious. Energy practices. Let's take diet and exercise, which are energy practices. All right? Meditation. Put those three together. Just those three right there. Now we do have a automatic system.
Autonomic
nervous system that goes on its own, but it needs help through these daily practices. Since we're living in this culture, this lifestyle, nobody's arguing that. You understand? Everybody's breathing, but you're learning how to use the breath now to grab the energy from it. Everybody's standing, but now you learn a proper body structure and movement through practices like Tai Chi to bring more energy to the body.
The autonomic nervous system is something that continues without thought.
Without thought.
Without thought. So now if you can connect to something that's autonomic, it's your way out of thought. Because we are not thought.
Right.
We are this spirit that animates us. Don't use spirit. Energy, if you want. Frequency, vibration, whatever you want to call that.
Right.
If you want to connect to that, as call it your spirit, or the kundalini, or the chi, or the prana, whatever you want to call it. The thing that animates us is the energy, is the force of our universe. It's the universal force. When a man and a woman come together, they make love. And the result is what? Love.
Here, I'm sitting here. You sitting here, ain't you?
We're love.
And the reason why we use that word love don't mean that I needed to know his name and stuff. Those were universal laws that came together that made us. The right laws and the right condition had to be there for us to be created.
Nobody's above the law.
Exactly.
Nobody's above the law. You cannot be in this dimension without a masculine and a feminine force coming together.
Coming together.
Love is required,
right,
in order for you to get here. And realizing what true love is inside of you and how to connect to it is the lesson of this reality.
It's a lesson. Now listen at this. these daily practices to help us are free. It's free to breathe. It's free to move. This morning, me and John woke up and we went down to your favorite spot on Lake Ontario. We just hung out, allowed our autonomic system to coordinate itself with the atmosphere.
Which it does naturally.
And that was
if you
free.
remove the mind.
That didn't cost no
If
money.
the mind is in the right place, you can access that power.
And
if the mind is in the wrong place, you can't get there.
And after that was over, we felt totally different and better, didn't we? It was free. I got to keep bringing that in. All it took was for us to position ourselves. And our bodies and our minds will automatically coordinate with cosmic law. It's under the law. So when you find yourself aching, paining, and all these blockages in life, you are breaking cosmic
Fighting
laws
with your partner,
that you
fighting
cannot
with
see.
the kids, struggling to pay the bills. All of this stuff is just your interaction with your world.
The unstructured, and it must be structured again. So food freedom, it goes more than just because you put tape on your mouth and say, I ain't going to eat no more.
Not about forcing yourself not to
Absolutely
eat.
not.
The practice of not eating is just the practice of taking a fast from anything. When you challenge desire, you find the truth.
Now, listen at what you was talking about on the retreat about Dr. From 1908.
Dr. Errett.
Right. About being empty in the fruit.
Right. Dr. Errett in 1908 healed thousands of people, and his healing system was very, very simple. And you can check this book out, The Mucusless Diet. This is not something I'm making up. This is proven and recorded. You can find it. His method of healing and transforming everything was high energy, raw food. And that number one food was fruit. And then emptiness. He recommended 1 to 3 days of emptiness and then high energy refeeding times. 1 to 3 days of emptiness, high energy refeeding times. As well, he recommended the enema. Get that out of there. Especially in 1908, he found that people were so congested and constipated that they're blocked. If you've got all this fecal waste right here, you're blocking that root energy from coming up into your life.
Let's make it plain for those who don't, we get confused on language. Emptiness, you mean fasting.
Fasting.
That's what he's saying.
Emptiness. Staying empty, not eating.
And right now there's a new chart that's going around. It got the food groups on it. It got the acidic foods at the bottom. It goes higher into the electrical foods. It got more electricity. Fruits being at the top.
More life,
But
more
at the-
oxygen, more alkalinity.
Yeah. But at the top, it got dry fasting.
The most cleansing,
Now
the
they
most
gotta-
healing of the body.
Now they got to put dry fasting because that's what people can relate to. That's a breatharian.
What do you think dry fasting is?
If the plant can get energy from the sun, you see how the sun hitting us?
Not eating
My
or
body
drinking.
is absorbing this right now.
He's living 2 years not eating or drinking.
Look
He
at
has detoxified his body to purify his body for that. It's a purification of mind, body, emotion, to interact with your life with what you truly are. A love being. Coming into complete alignment where you are loving.
Feel that energy.
You're in a constant loving meditation interaction with your world. If you step into this moment with love, then you create love in your next moment, and love again in your next moment, and love again in the next moment. Now, if you react to this circumstance with anger, frustration, jealousy, pain, sorrow, if that's how you interact with this situation, what do you think you create next? It's the law of the universe. It's the law of the universe. We're just talking about getting into alignment with what we truly are. I am love. I am joy. I am power. I am abundance.
This is awesome. And I just got caught up just now. This sun is hitting me, and don't you feel all this energy? This is what it's all about, and it's free. These daily practices are free. And I didn't have to do a sun gazing technique.
I didn't even have breakfast yet.
Didn't have to even do it. And it's
He
here.
hasn't had breakfast for 2 years.
Oh, my
It's all
gosh.
about choice. The Melon Man.
And listen at the word breakfast. Break, fast. You're breaking your fast. So when you sleep at night, your body is already under the universal
We're used
laws.
to fasting. Fasting is natural and normal and healthy. It's a part of life.
Everybody's doing it. So that's where your body heals itself and regenerates itself. You're in an unconscious meditation, and your body is also getting back in alignment the best it can.
Melon Man, and
Elitom El-Amin.
Elitom El-Amin up here in Canada, the Great White North, brainstorming about next year. Watch for us. We're coming back together again. We're going to do more. We're going to be doing more together. Keep in touch.
Real soon.
Have a blessed day. See you again soon.